Some stories only work because the author shoves the characters onto the one track that keeps the plot alive. Take Harry Potter. In the books, Dumbledore ships the kid off to Hogwarts and lets destiny do the heavy lifting. But what if he didn't? What if Dumbledore took one look at him and thought, you know what, maybe I'll handle Voldemort myself. Harry can stay with the Dursleys and just have a childhood. That's the road we're walking today. And yeah, we're using AI to reimagine it, so expect a mix of uncanny brilliance and weird nightmare fuel.
And break the girl.
Cut the visuals a little slack. These AI actors don't have souls, you know? They're doing their digital best.
So, buckle up, because this is what happens when the boy who lived just lives in the cupboard under the stairs.
July 31st, 1991. Harry Potter's 11th birthday. But in this timeline, the letter from Hogwarts never arrives. The boy who lived never enters the world of magic. What follows is not a story of friendship and triumph, but one of silence, tragedy, and darkness. In canon, Harry boards the Hogwarts Express, finds friends, and begins the path that shapes the fate of two worlds. But here, he remains trapped at Privet Drive, an unknowing outcast, powerless and untrained, guarded by ancient blood magic. For so long as he calls Privet Drive home, Voldemort cannot touch him. To Dumbledore, this charm is enough. Perhaps Harry is safer ignorant, at least until he comes of age. By 17, the boy will no longer need the protection, because Dumbledore intends to have ended Voldemort himself. Meanwhile, at Hogwarts, Professor Quirrell still plots to steal the Philosopher's Stone. Voldemort, weak and desperate, clings to life through him. But without Harry and his friends to stumble into the truth, who will stand in the way? In canon, Harry's pure heart drew the stone from the mirror. Here, Quirrell cannot. The protections hold. The Dark Lord fails again. But it is no victory, only delay. The stone is saved not by courage, but by enchantment. While Voldemort lingers in shadow, Hogwarts continues, emptier, dimmer. Hermione earns top marks, but no friends to temper her isolation. Ron fades into the background, one brother among many. Draco seeks rivals, but finds none worthy. Neville, mocked and clumsy, shoulders Snape's scorn alone.
Longbottom, always the disappointment.
The Golden Trio never forms. And in his tower, Dumbledore paces. He knows the prophecy. He knows the boy who lived is destined to confront Voldemort, yet Harry has not come. Perhaps it is safer this way, the Blood Ward holding him tight until his 17th year. By then, Dumbledore believes he will have ended Voldemort alone, or so he hopes. Year 1 ends not with triumph, but with dread. The Philosopher's Stone remains safe, but not because a hero rose, only because a monster failed. The Dark Lord lingers, delayed, not defeated. Without Harry, the wizarding world edges closer to ruin, and soon one of its heroes' journeys will end tragically short. Hogwarts, 1992. The Chamber of Secrets has been opened. But this time, Harry Potter is not there to stop it. And without him, the wizarding world will suffer a heartbreaking tragedy. Ginny Weasley pours her fears into a diary, unaware Tom Riddle is pouring himself into her. The basilisk begins its hunt. Muggleborns fall one by one. Hermione Granger, ever watchful, pieces together the truth.
Basilisk.
But too late. She had solved it, but without Harry to find her clue, her revelation dies in silence. Panic grips the school.
Did you hear what happened?
Whispers of heirs and monsters echo in the halls. Hagrid is seized, branded guilty without proof.
I've done nothing.
And Lucius Malfoy seizes the chance to remove Dumbledore from the school. Finally, Ginny succumbs. Drawn into the chamber, she vanishes beneath the castle. In another life, Harry Potter would have descended after her.
Open! In the name of Slytherin!
But here, no Parselmouth remains to open the way. No hero comes. Ginny Weasley's life is drained away. The diary triumphs, memory becomes flesh, and Lord Voldemort walks the earth again, 16 years old, handsome and whole. The headmaster arrives too late to save her, but not too late to see the impossible.
You've grown old, Headmaster.
Oh, Tom, what have you done?
It is no victory. Voldemort is reborn, years early and stronger than ever. When the mandrakes bloom, the petrified are restored. Hermione wakes with the page still in her hand, but Ginny is already gone, and guilt becomes her shadow. And far away, Harry Potter remains locked in his cupboard world. Magic leaks from him, but with no one to explain, it feels more like a curse than a gift. A sister lost, a school disgraced, and a Dark Lord reborn too soon. The wizarding world reels, fractured and afraid, while Harry Potter remains hidden, untrained, and unaware of the destiny still waiting for him. But shadows lengthen, and from the depths of Azkaban, another story begins to stir. A fugitive, a traitor, and a truth too dangerous to remain buried. Hogwarts, 1993. The castle still mourns Ginny Weasley following her death in the Chamber of Secrets. Parents whisper of closing Hogwarts doors forever.
If Dumbledore's letting them near students, I would be riding the board myself.
But far from the castle, another shadow stirs. Sirius Black has escaped Azkaban. In the original timeline, he sought Harry Potter, but without Harry, fate takes a crueler turn. Hogwarts limps on after Ginny's death. Enrollment shrinks. Auras guard the halls. Hermione returns, alive but guilt-ridden.
Incendio duo.
Ron returns too, hollow and bitter. The Golden Trio never was, just two teenagers bound by grief. After the chamber, Peter Pettigrew fled. In rat form, he slipped into the woods and found the boy who should never have been flesh again. Tom Riddle, 16, pale and perfect. Together, they sought the Wraith still hiding in Albania. And Dumbledore, having seen Tom with his own eyes, began the hunt for Horcruxes in earnest, leaving Hogwarts more and more unattended. The Ministry stations Dementors at Hogwarts, claiming protection from Sirius Black, but the creatures only bring despair, feeding on grief already raw. Hermione pushes harder, teaching others spells in secret. Ron watches, but hope has soured in him. Sirius, having escaped Azkaban, hunts the traitor who betrayed his friends. But Peter Pettigrew is already gone, running at Voldemort's side. The full moon rises with Professor Lupin turning into his werewolf form. Sirius arrives too late, and his desperation brings tragedy. To save the children, Sirius kills the friend he once loved. But Snape arrives, wand levelled. With no Harry to protect his godfather, Sirius is dragged back to Azkaban. This time, the Ministry does not hesitate. The last protector of Harry Potter is gone. Far from Hogwarts, Harry Potter stumbles through Muggle school. but his magic leaks out in bursts he cannot control. In Albania, the halves of a soul meet. Riddle reborn from the diary. The wraith that fled Godric's Hollow. Pettigrew as the bridge between them. Memory and shadow merge, and Lord Voldemort rises whole a year early in this timeline. A great protector gone, and Voldemort restored, years earlier than fate intended. The war begins now, and the world does not even know it. How long can it survive without Harry Potter? Hogwarts, 1994. In another life, the Dark Lord rose in a graveyard. Here, he rose a year early, whole, precise, unafraid. Hogwarts crowns champions to keep pretending. Outside its walls, Britain learns a new word for weather: terror. Fleur Delacour, Victor Krum, Cedric Diggory, champions chosen to prove courage.
Feels wrong to cheer.
It feels like pretending.
But the goblet no longer decides the future. Voldemort does. Hogwarts dresses itself in light, as if snowflakes and song could hide the smoke on the horizon. Much to her surprise, Cedric invites Hermione. They do not trade promises, they trade burdens. He believes her warnings, she believes his goodness.
If they won't listen, we fight anyway.
We plan carefully and fight harder than they expect.
Ron Weasley withdraws. Meals, laughter, friends abandoned. Grief feeds bitterness. Bitterness feeds silence. Dumbledore presides, then vanishes before the last song fades. He has seen a boy step from a diary. He doesn't need proof, only pieces of a soul to break. He hunts Horcruxes. Hogwarts learns to breathe without him. In another timeline, Voldemort stole Harry Potter's blood to bypass old magic. In this one, he rose without it. Lily's protection still clings to the boy like a second skin. Voldemort knows the old laws. He doesn't seek the Potter child, he avoids him. He aims elsewhere, Muggles first. Not conquest, spectacle. He wants a ministry that hesitates to explain fire to a world of electricity. He wants fear to do the work soldiers once did. Terror spreads. It wins without a wand raised. Hermione Granger stops asking for permission. Cedric Diggory stops waiting for orders. Together, they begin something small and dangerous. They become a symbol. Symbols draw Rita Skeeter's quill, and quills cut deep.
Dark secrets, betrayal, and a girl who refuses to play by the rules. Readers will love this.
Between wounds and errands, Dumbledore returns, a man held together by purpose. Hermione speaks the word he carries like a splinter. It is not approval, it is inheritance. Far from the castle, Harry Potter watches, untrained, untouched, protected by blood he does not understand. He sees bridges fall on the news. His scar stings like a lie. No one comes. By keeping him hidden, Dumbledore denies the Dark Lord a weapon and denies the boy a war. The Dark Lord gathers his court. The Ministry grants Dementors new powers. The press brands a champion and a girl as reckless. The first resistance is two hands touching over candlelight.
Take the champion and break the girl.
Hogwarts 1995. Voldemort does not whisper, he rules. The dark mark burns above cities. The Ministry no longer denies his return. Lucius Malfoy is Minister of Magic, the Dark Lord's hand inside a silver glove. At Hogwarts, hope rests on Cedric Diggory and on a headmaster hunted by his own student. Removed as headmaster, Dumbledore devotes whatever time is left to hunting Horcruxes. His cursed hand blackens further, proof that he works on borrowed time. Voldemort feels the absence of the destroyed Horcruxes. Dumbledore must be stopped.
The old man weakens. End him.
Hermione Granger refuses silence.
Expelliarmus.
With Cedric Diggory, she builds the last classroom of rebellion, not study, but survival. Ron Weasley walks another path. Draco Malfoy suggests that the dark arts could return his sister, but power demands devotion, proven in blood.
Don't let grief make you useful to him.
Get down! Stay here! You'll be safe!
Dumbledore's army strikes back, rescuing Muggleborns bound for ministry cells. Cedric Diggory and Hermione lead the charge. And so Cedric is marked for arrest. Not random, not justice. A warning, there will be no heroes. While Hogwarts mourns, Dumbledore strikes again. Deep beneath Gringotts, he destroys Hufflepuff's cup. But Voldemort has laid his trap.
Hello, Mr. Weasley. I wasn't expecting you.
If you'd been there, she'd be alive.
Ron is promised Ginny's return if he proves himself. Proves it in blood.
Avada Kedavra!
The headmaster dies not at Hogwarts, but beneath the vaults of gold, killed by a boy who once sat at his table. Cedric rots in Azkaban. Dumbledore is gone. Hermione sharpens grief into steel. Ron walks deeper with Draco Malfoy, his hands stained with betrayal. Voldemort and his minister reign in daylight. And far from it all, Harry Potter drowns the constant pain from his scar in numbness. The war no longer creeps, it marches, and the boy who lived cannot even stand. 1996. Britain belongs to Lord Voldemort. Lucius Malfoy sits as minister. Hogwarts is a barracks. The resistance splinters, desperate for victories that never come. Hermione Granger sharpens grief into fire. And the wizard world wonders if the boy who lived is simply a myth.
Do you really think he's real?
Ron Weasley was promised his sister's life if he killed his headmaster.
Avada Kedavra!
He believed the lie. Now he knows. Ginny was never coming back. He was a pawn. The wand he carries is proof and curse. The Elder Wand, the Death Stick, the prize Voldemort covets. And Ron knows he will not give it back. Snape plays a double game. To Voldemort, he is the faithful spy. To the Resistance, he is the ghost in the shadows. He knows the fight cannot last without new weapons. The Half-Blood Princes leaves them in careful hands, his legacy in ink and secrets in whispers.
Ravenclaw's diadem lies somewhere inside of Hogwarts.
Somehow, hope still remains. Cedric Diggory's survival has become a rallying cry. Voldemort and Hermione know it. If he can be freed, the rebellion breathes again. Before they strike, Hermione follows Snape's lead. In the room of requirement, the lost diadem of Ravenclaw waits. She destroys it with fire. Another anchor falls. Voldemort howls in fury. They storm Azkaban. One desperate kiss before alarms scream.
Go, back off!
Cedric!
In the storm and smoke, Cedric is cut down. Voldemort's message is carved in his blood. There are no heroes. Snape reveals Dumbledore's final secret. Harry Potter lives.
Harry is an accidental Horcrux.
Use him. He is bait. He is weapon.
Harry Potter is Voldemort's contingency and his potential undoing, a fragment of his soul, but wrapped in the old blood protection that still clings to him. Voldemort both needs and fears him, wherever he is. Ron Weasley is done being a pawn, and he offers a plan of vengeance and atonement in one stroke.
Trap Nagini with Harry. One will destroy the other. Maybe both. Either way, a Horcrux falls.
The wand he carries makes him Voldemort's obsession. The plan he offers makes him Hermione's last hope. And the boy they whispered about becomes the only weapon left. And far away, the myth breathes. Harry Potter swallows pills to keep his pain at bay. His scar burns with screams he does not understand. He is alive. He is unready. He is already doomed. The diadem is ash. Cedric Diggory is gone, along with so many others. Hermione Granger whispers the only truth that matters.
It's time for the boy who lived to die.
July 31st, 1997, Harry Potter's 17th birthday. The blood protection of Privet Drive expires at midnight. For 16 years, the boy has been myth, rumour, weapon in waiting.
Use him. He is bait.
Tonight, the Dark Lord comes to claim him. Illusions of a boy too important to lose. But illusions bleed, and so does loyalty. Inside the house, the boy knows nothing of prophecies, Horcruxes or saviours. He knows only a locked cupboard, a scar that burns, and the sound of strangers breaking into his life.
Harry, come with us now!
Dragged from a world he barely understands, Harry Potter enters the war unprepared, haunted by visions he cannot name. In another life, Dumbledore prepared him for this. In this life, he walks blind into fire.
You'll be safe here.
Hermione Granger does what no headmaster, no minister of magic ever dared. She goes to the Muggle Prime Minister and tells the truth. Wands and rifles, spells and steel. Death Eaters know dark magic, but they can still bleed.
Expelliarmus! Cover me!
The board narrows. Hermione's map shows 3 anchors left. The Serpent, the Dark Lord, and the boy. But maps can't show betrayal.
We can't! He's innocent, Ron!
So was Ginny.
Ron Weasley, in another world, was Harry's best mate. Here he walks him towards certain death without a second thought.
Hey, what's here? Ron!
Harry Potter descends not as a hero, but as a sacrifice. Above, the castle remembers war. Stone cracks. Staff and soldiers fight shoulder to shoulder. Muggle and wizard bound in one desperate stand. But in the dark below, salvation comes not from prophecy, but from a fellow orphan. The serpent dies. The boy lives again. And the Dark Lord feels his chest crack with mortal pain. The last Horcrux is the boy. Harry Potter finally learns the truth of his mother's protection, the one power Voldemort could never break, and he makes his choice. He knows his touch will burn the Dark Lord. That blood will end what prophecy began. But blood is crueler than legend. The boy dies, and with him the last fragment of Voldemort's soul. The boy who lived becomes the boy who fell. The myth ends, but the war does not. Only the man remains, mortal now, and against him, not prophecy, not one saviour, but many. Hermione Granger, Ron Weasley, Neville Longbottom, and every survivor who still draws breath. No chosen one, only courage. The war ends not with a boy's triumph, but with a girl's refusal to yield. Voldemort is gone, as is Harry Potter, but the world is not the same. For the first time, Muggle and wizards stand together, scarred but unbroken. The veil is gone. The two worlds will never be divided again. The war ended with ash and silence. No prophecy fulfilled, no chosen one crowned. Only survivors left to rebuild a world that could never be the same. Harry Potter, the boy who lived and died, was remembered not as a saviour, but as a boy who carried too much. His name etched into stone, his story whispered in two worlds finally joined, a reminder that myths are born from pain and hope from sacrifice. Ron Weasley never forgave himself for Dumbledore, but slowly, with time, guilt turned into resolve. At Hermione's side, he found a place not as the boy who failed, but as the man who fought until the end. Their hands, once trembling with grief, found one another. And Hermione Granger carried on not only as the brightest witch of her age, but as its first bridge. She stood before parliaments and councils, arguing that secrecy had cost too much, that muggles and wizards must walk the same road. And though power always breeds hunger, peace, fragile as glass, held. Thank you for watching. Please let us know what stories you'd like alternate timelines for, and please subscribe for more videos like this.